Hi there, Tara here from Inferno Pilates and Yoga. Today's practice is going to be a little different. We're doing a gentle yoga flow. This is going to be great for a lot of pregnancies as well. These are flows that I did through my own pregnancies, and I hope they work great for you as well. Now that being said, each pregnancy is different and each day is different. A pose might feel great one day and not the next. It's really about listening to your body and doing what's right. We want flexibility and stretch, never strain or pain. So with that said, we're going to get started. What I have for my practice today is a pillow and a couple of blankets. I also have my yoga mat and clothes I can move in. You also want to have a bottle of water handy, keeping in mind you can stop at any time, grab a drink, and come into child's pose if you feel necessary. It's really about listening to our body and what we need. If you don't have a pillow or blankets handy, no problem. I'm going to have options for that as well. So we're going to get started. We can start in our cross-legged pose. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can bring the legs out a little, giving baby a little bit more space. If you like, you can join me in hero pose. I'm going to take my thighs together and just sit back. This allows me to lift my diaphragm, flatten out my pelvis, and create a little bit more breath. If this isn't comfortable for you, come back to cross-legged or seated position. Now we're just going to start by adding some mobility in your body. So I want you to take your right hand down and just stretch your left arm up and over, and then other side. So just pulling the rib off the hip gently, opening through the side of our body, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Relaxing the shoulders and just moving with your breath. Starting to pull the rib off that hip. Now when it comes to breathing in yoga, we try to breathe through our nose. But that being said, if you've got pregnancy sniffles, you can absolutely breathe through the mouth. One more each side. Beautiful. Now we're going to come side on. So I want you to take your knees under your hips coming onto your shins, hands underneath your shoulders. Now if you're experiencing any joint issues throughout your pregnancy, just simply turn your hands outward about 1 inch and that will take the pressures off the wrist. We're going to find our cat-cow, so I want you to lift your belly up for cat, and then lift your chest and tail for cow. Breathing in, pulling the belly up, wrapping around baby, and then exhale, lift it. Breathing in, pulling up high, exhale down. Creating movement and mobility through our spine is so important. In breath to lift, exhale to come down. Now I want you to hold the next one up and come up onto your fingertips, tucking your chin, pulling your belly up high. As you press your fingertips into the ground, into high cat, we're going to create a beautiful stretch through our upper back. And then hands flat cow. Let's sit back into our child's pose. Bring our legs a little wider if we need space for baby. Arms coming forward. This is a beautiful recovery stretch. At any time you can come into your child's pose. Now we're going to come into our down dog. So take your hands under shoulders, lift your heels. And now you can bend your knees if you're feeling tight and gently press your chest towards your thighs. This gives baby a sense of weightlessness and it's absolutely a beautiful pose. Ears between the arms. Let's come on back down to the knees. Cow and cat. All right, we're preparing for our sun salutation. We're going to need the use of the whole mat. So if you can just slide the pillow and blanket away. Now for our sun salutation today, we are not going to stand into mountain because sometimes our blood pressure can be a little bit funky throughout our pregnancy. So I just want you to tuck the toes, lift your hips, and come into a down dog. Then I want you to walk your feet towards your hands and find fold. So take your feet outside your hips, bend your knees, tuck your chin to your throat, and just let your upper body hang like a rag doll. Now preparing for our Sun Salutation, I want you to breathe in, step your right leg back to lunge. Knee over ankle, hands inside foot, push back to down dog, feet and hands hip width apart. We're going to roll forward, landing knees on the floor, come to our cat, pull belly up, eyes to knees. Exhale to cow, lift your chest and tail. Tuck toes, lift hips, down dog, heart towards thighs, bending knees if necessary. Everyone bend their knees, take your right leg through, help it if you need to. Back knee down, lift heart. Hand can be to leg or inside foot. Tuck back toe, step into a wider fold. Bend knees, tuck chin, soften through the back of the head. Left leg, step back, lunge, knee over ankle, lifting chest. Hands down, press back to down dog. Feet and hands hip width apart, pressing through starfish hands. Roll forward, take the knees to the floor, belly pulls up, cat. Exhale, lift to cow. Tuck toes, lift hips, down dog. Bend knees. Left leg step forward, just wide of the shoulder. Knee down, lift your collarbones. Tuck toes, step into fold. Right leg, step back. Pulling your collarbones forward to open through your hip. Hands flat, push back, down dog. Take your time getting there. Rolling forward, taking the knees to the floor, pulling belly up, cat. Exhale to cow. Breathing in, tucking toes, exhaling to close your dog. Energy in the heels. Bend your knees, right leg step forward, help it if you need. Back knee down, unfurl foot, lift your heart. Hand to thigh or floor. Tuck toe, step in, wide folds. Left leg steps back, lift the chest, hands to inside. Hands flat, push leg back, down dog. Energy through the heels and breath, bring the knees down. Lift the belly up, cat. Chest lifts, cow. Tuck toes, lift hips. Exhale. Bend knees. Left leg step forward, back knee down, soften foot, lift your chest. Open hip, come wider if you need. Tuck toe, step into your fold, tuck chin. Beautiful. Now I want you to step this back. Both legs come back, knees to the floor, and come into your child's pose. So we found a little warmth through the body there. All right, we're going to start to focus on our hips. So I want you to bring your feet together. So feet together, and they can come a little wider from you, giving yourself a little bit of space. Hands come behind the back as we find our butterfly. We lift our chest and we press our thighs open. Let it feel good. Shoulders soften. Now you can lift your eyes, but cautious not to drop our head back, keeping our neck safe. Now we gently press out. If you wonder how does our legs get that low, it's just practice. Yours might be quite high and that's okay. It's just about beginning to rotate those hips open. And just breathe right into your heart. Relaxing the muscles of your jaw and your mouth. Softening around your eyes. We're going to create a little bit more mobility through our hips. All right, I want you to take your feet just wide of yourself. So I'm going to give you a front view of this. So my legs are wider than my hips. I come onto pointed toe just so that my legs are free to move. Now my knees and my ankles are going to move as one, hands behind just to give us some support. I want you to drop the legs to the right and then towards the left. Now again, my ankles and knees move as one to keep my joints safe. You might not come all the way to the floor. You might be high. That's okay. Now what this movement is doing is creating internal and external rotation of your hips. Your hips are ball joints. And if you remember the Wizard of Oz, that Tin Man, he needed oil to keep him running. Well, our hips are the same way, and this will lubricate up your hips so that they can move a little more freely. So keep breathing and keep turning. Just come as low as feels good to you. All right, beautiful. We're gonna come into our lunge and begin to explore our lizard a little more. So you can be side on the mat. I'm gonna come forward just so you can find my alignment with me. So coming side onto the mat, I want you to rise up onto the knees. Take the right foot forward and the left leg back. Now my ankle and knee are in line. I'm gonna start with my hand on my knee. Now you can come a little wider depending where you are in your pregnancy if we need a little bit more room for belly. I want you to lift your collarbones, creating a length in your back. Now I have no weight in my back knee. I can even lift it up, there's no weight there. But if you do feel a little bit of pressure on the joint, you can slide one of those blankets under your knee. Now if you want a little more, you can take the hand down, making sure that our knee stays stacked right over our ankle and our shoulders are back. We're creating length through that left hip flexor. Now, if you have yoga blocks handy and you like to be up higher, absolutely, it's a good time to grab them. So keep breathing, keep pulling your collarbones forward to create length. Now, if you're feeling wild today and you're very flexible, we can come on down to the ground. If you're not sure if that's gonna happen, don't do it. So I'm just gonna come on down to the ground, keeping my knee in, shoulders soft. Now, if you get down here and you're like, this was a terrible idea, pop back up. And sometimes it happens on one side and not the other. All right, hands under, let's lift up. All right, I want you to sweep that leg back. Might not happen smoothly, that's okay. Come up onto the knees, left leg step forward. So again, we find our ankle and knee in alignment. We can start here, hand on. If you're ready, you can take both hands to the ground. Now again, one side's usually more flexible than the other, and that's okay. And just breathe. Now if you feel like you're hunching over a lot and your breath is becoming restricted, I need you to be higher. So come back to our first level or find those yoga blocks if you have them handy. So again, pulling our chest forward. It's not always about getting low, but about getting long and really creating length on that back leg. Now you choose. Are you hand on the thigh? Are you hand on the floor? Or are you all the way down? If you are down and you want to flatten your hands out, that's fine. Just make sure to draw in the thigh to keep your knee safe and comfortable. Now when you get down here, again, relax your jaw, relax your forehead. If it does not feel good, if there's any pain or strain, hop up. All right, let's sweep that leg back. Ooh, now I want you to bring your toes together and your thighs wide. Now just wide enough that you feel a little bit of a stretch through your inner thighs, not like Olympic gymnast wide, okay? And we just want to sit back onto our heels, and I want you to come forward into wide child's pose. So coming forward, coming forward. Now, if we don't love dropping our head to the floor, sometimes our blood pressure is a little funky, stack your fists and put your forehead on your fists, and that will keep your head in your heart line. So I want you to keep breathing in that wide child's pose. I'm going to come side on, just so I can join you. So just relaxing your shoulders, reaching the arms a little farther. Preparing for a little bit of core work. All right, I want you to rise up when you're ready. Take your time as we begin to come into our yoga core work. Now we still want to work our core throughout our pregnancy because we are training for a bit of a marathon, yes? So option, if you have it handy, I want you to take your pillow. Now the fluffier the better. I like a good flat pillow, so you might need two if you're like me. If you have no pillow handy, simply come onto the forearms. But wherever you are, I want you elevated just a little. So you can be on the forearms or the pillow for support. Now, we're gonna start in level 1 here. We're gonna come light onto our toes. We're just gonna slide the legs out and then slide them back in. Now I want you to lift your chest. We don't want to collapse. Lift your chest, find your breath, slide out, slide in. Now if that's enough for us, we hang out here. We keep sliding, keep engaging. This is working your core abdominals as we lengthen and retract the legs. If you can do a little bit more, I want you to take your legs to a tabletop, shins parallel to the floor, lifting our chest, and just tap 1 and 2. Now I want you to squeeze your ribs together. This creates strength all the way through the core abdominal into the hip flexor. Just light taps of the toe. Now if you start to feel that back overworking or it becomes too much, I want you to return to your slides. Just pulling in and out. So you choose what level you want to be at today. And just breathe. 8, 7, 6. Can you take it a little farther? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo, feet together and come in. Take a breath, cobbler pose, taking hold of our ankles, just letting our legs fall out. We're gonna do one more round of that. I want you to come on back. Now again, you can do slides, you can do toe taps, up to you. It's gonna be a shorter round. Maybe you wanna take the legs a little longer if you just want a little bit more intensity. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. All right, we're gonna turn over so we can lose that pillow now and come onto our hands and our shins. So we want a nice neutral spine. Again, if you have that pressure in your wrist, just turn each hand outward about 1 inch. Shoulders roll back, chin down, create that long spine. Now we're gonna do a 4-point. So it means 1 arm and 1 leg is gonna be extended. So I want you to take left arm, right leg. Now if that's too much, toe can be down. If you can, lift the leg and squeeze that right butt cheek, and that will help you stay stable in the air. Now squeeze your ribs together because this is core stability. All right, let's change sides. Right arm, left leg back, find your center. When you're ready, lift the leg, squeezing the glute. Eyes just between where those thumbs would be. Because a long neck is a safe neck. All right, let's come on down. We're gonna add on to that. So I want left arm, right leg back. If you can, lift it up. Now this is enough for us. We hang out here, we strengthen. If you can do more, arm and leg pull to 90 angles and then extend. Squeeze, exhale, breathe in, inhale. Exhale to juice that body, breathe in to lengthen. Squeeze and out. 4 more. 4, 3. As you lengthen, really squeeze that butt. 2, breathe in, and 1. Now other side, we got one more side. So that left leg's back, toes on the floor to start. Right arm. Lift up. Again, this is enough for us. If we're going all wonky donkey, then just stay where you are. All right, pull in and out. If you're wondering, wonky donkey is absolutely a yoga term. Breathe in and exhale. Length and breath, and then squeeze that side body. 4 more. 3, light hand, bracing the core, fighting the urge to spin the hips and shoulders. Last one, staying level to the floor, and down. Open the knees nice and wide, child's pose, take a breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to start to create some mobility through your spine. So I want you to sit on down onto the floor. Again, you can be lengthwise on your mat. We're going to start by taking the legs just wide of the hips again. I want you to sit up nice and tall. Now, your right hand comes behind you. Left arm inside left thigh. In pregnancy twist, we always turn away from the pressure. So breathe in. Exhale, gently turn away. Just turn your chest. And then when you're ready, come back. Left hand behind, right arm in, breathe in. Exhale, gently press into the leg to rotate. Now we're turning our head, turning our chest, not just our head. Beautiful mid-back rotation. Let's do that again. Left arm inside, I'll give you a little side view here. And then press away. Left hand behind, and my arm acts like a second spine. Right arm inside right leg, breathe in. Exhale, turn. Now again, we're turning our chest, eyes, just find a far spot. Great, come back to center. Now we're going to deepen that a little. So I want you to take your right leg, and I want you to take it under. So right leg under, left leg up. Now, if that's not comfortable for you, you can straighten that right leg, okay? So left leg is up. Now, if you're feeling wild, you can take it over. But make sure if you do that, you can put down the foot and the hip comfortably. So I want you to breathe in. Take the arm inside. So left arm inside left leg and turn away. Gently pressing into the leg. And then come back to center. We're going to change legs. So this time, left leg under, right leg up. Again, you can bring it over if you feel good about that, making sure you can ground the toe. Or be here. Breathe in. Arm behind like a second spine. Right arm inside right leg. Exhale, turn away. Shoulders soft, relaxing the upper body. I want you to be able to breathe right up under your collarbones, getting a little taller. Now we're going to find supine next. So we're going to get a little deeper into our twist. I want you to bring the pillow, if you have one, just behind the mat there. And let's find our blankets. So I'm going to use the blankets as I come down onto my left side. They're going to allow me to stay in a neutral spine. So instead of dropping my head right to the floor, the blankets allow me to be a neutral spine. If you are on the floor on your side, that's okay. That's all right. This is just a little bit more comfortable. All right, so we want to stack our hips one over the other, north and south. Our legs are together, knees are in alignment. Now, I want you to take your arms forward, almost like you're in an arrow. Now move around in it until it's comfortable for your shoulder. Now that pillow is behind me to act like a little set of brakes so I don't come too deep. If you don't have one, that's okay. Just be mindful of your rotation. So I want you to take a beautiful breath in, and I want you to take the arm up and over, turning the chest, eye gaze to back, and then bring it up and over. So very gentle supine twist. In breath. Exhale, take it over. Take a breath in, reaching the arm. Exhale, bring it back over. Now we're going to linger a little bit this time. So I want you to breathe, take the arm up and over, resetting the shoulder, eyes to back hand. So we've created a beautiful mid-back twist here. The belly is safe, the hips are in line, eyes gently to that back hand. Now relax your feet, let your legs be heavy. I want you to find your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Feel the rib rise, feel it fall. All right, let's take that arm back up over. We're gonna do the other side. So you can simply turn over. I'm gonna shift my pillows just so you can see me. So I'm gonna shift my blankets. So I'm laying onto my right side now. One hip stacked over the other, legs in a 90 angle, keeping my knees and my shins in alignment. Shift that shoulder around till it feels good about lengthening the arms. All right, we're gonna take a beautiful breath in. Exhale, come on up and over. You can shift that pillow if you like. And then bring the arm up and over. So if you like being able to lay the arm on the pillow, shift that as well. Breathe. Exhale, arm come up and over, finding length. Breathe in. Exhale, come up and over. You stretch a little bit through that chest and shoulder as well. Now this time we linger, breathe. Inhale, exhale, rainbow up over. Lift the shoulder, reset it down. Take the eyes to back hand. Let the body be heavy and the breath be generous. Keep breathing, feel the rise and fall of the rib. And prepare your mind for a transition to hamstring work. Let's come up and over. Gently just take that left hand down and then lift yourself up. And I just want you to take those blankets away for right now. And we're gonna work into our hamstrings. So I want you to sit down and take your legs wide. Again, feeling stretch, no pain. I want you to move your cheeks back until you feel your sit bones cement down. If you have to bend your knees, that's okay. Now I want you to lengthen your back like there's a steel rod in your spine. We don't want to hunch over. So breathe in, lift the collar, and then just walk forward, keeping that straight spine until you feel a stretch through your inner thighs. Now the feet can be pointed or flexed. That's really up to you and what kind of intensity you enjoy. Now again, we're pulling forward, we're breathing, nice long back to keep it safe. Shoulders soft. Now if you want more, you can keep walking. If it's too much, back off. Find what feels right for you. Now we tend to be in a hurry to jump from one pose to another, but creating flexibility is all about breathing and patience, which can be hard. All right, when you're ready, walk up. Now I want you to take your right leg and tuck it in towards your pelvis. Then I want you to turn square on to that left leg. You might have to pull that left butt cheek back a little bit to create some space. Now I just want you to lengthen, arms come up, big breath in, and then just come over that left leg. Now if the belly's kind of getting in the way, you might want to turn away from the leg a little bit. Flex the foot. Now if you have a strap or a belt you like to use in your yoga practice and you want to loop it around the top of the foot, that's absolutely fine. Shoulders relax and breathe. So again, you can be open away from the leg or you can be square on, depending on what's comfortable for you. And don't be afraid to shift around in it. You're not stuck in the pose. Now I want you to think of pulling your heart towards your foot, lengthening your spine. Getting low looks really good, but it's not very effective. We want to get long. If you feel a lot of curving through the back, it becomes about the spine and not the legs. So I want you to lift the chest, create that iron rod. Soften the knee and the thigh. When I say stretch, we tend to grip, so just relax. Soften through the leg. Now, anytime I can create some mobility in your back, I will. So let's take our left hand, the back of the hand, and just take it against the calf. Hand to opposite thigh, breathe in. Exhale, just rotate the chest away. If you want to take that arm up, you can. Shoulders soft, relaxing your neck. All right, let's rise up and do the other side. So we're going to lengthen our right leg, pull that right cheek back a little bit. Let's flex the foot so we can stretch through that calf. Now breathe in, take a big breath in, and then exhale, come over the leg, nose towards knee pose, pulling the collarbones long. Again, if we need to rotate the chest away for comfort, that's fine. And just breathe in, and then exhale. Softening through the jaw and through the eyes. If it feels right, arm to inside, back of palm to thigh. In breath and exhale, rotate the chest away, creating that little stretch through the side wall of the body, in through the low back. And if it feels really good, you can take the arm up and over, elbow high, shoulders soft. But if it doesn't feel right, it's not for us. Beautiful. Let's rise up. And we're going to finish into a butterfly pose. Now this one is going to be supported. So I want you to take your blankets and your pillow. I want you to make a good little stack here. Taking our feet together, bring them as wide from you, getting tongue-tied, as wide from you as you like. Then I want you to come on back. Now, if you don't have the pillows and blankets, you can just be on the forearms, but this is a great way to be rested. So tuck it under your low back, and then I want you to lay all the way back. Now, this is okay because we have that incline, so we don't have a lot of pressure in the vena cava, in the back, so the blood flow is still created through the body and through the belly, keeping baby safe. So just relax your shoulders and let your thighs fall out heavy. Palms up and just close your eyes. Now it's not time for meditation yet. What I want you to do here is your Kegels. Now, I want you to breathe in and draw up the pelvic floor like you're stopping from going pee. And then exhale, let it down. Breathe in, pull up. Hold it as long as you can, and then exhale, let it down. So as you breathe in, you pull up the pelvic floor like an elevator rising. And then exhale, try to control the lowering phase. Breathe in and squeeze. Exhale, let it down. Stay in your butterfly. Breathe in, pull up the pelvic floor. And exhale, let it down. Again, relaxing the muscles in the forehead, the jaw, taking the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Now the goal is 5 rounds of 5 Kegels a day. This is a great time to do them. So I hope you enjoyed your gentle pregnancy flow. This is a great one for anybody, pregnancy or not, that's looking for a great gentle stretch. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Please continue to stay in your butterfly, continue to breathe, and have a wonderful day. See you next time.